All right, today we're jumping into one of the most powerful and honestly decisive cards in the entire tarot deck, the Ace of Swords. Now, this isn't just a card, it's like a lightning bolt of awareness, a symbol of some serious power, and a huge signal that clarity is coming your way. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The Ace of Swords is that sudden aha moment. It's that breakthrough where all the confusion just vanishes, and you can finally see a situation for exactly what it is. It's like a mental awakening that just cuts right through all the noise. As a card of the air element, the Ace of Swords is all about the power of your intellect. We're talking about that sharp energy you see in the astrological air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And because it's an ace, it represents the number one, the very spark of a new beginning. It's all about new ideas, sharp communication, and the undeniable force of truth. Just think of it as your mind at its absolute sharpest, ready to slice through any deception and get right to the heart of the matter. Now, to really get the Ace of Swords, we need to decode its classic imagery. Every single symbol on this card tells a piece of its super powerful story. So first, you see this hand coming out of a cloud. It symbolizes a gift from the divine, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. It represents a brand new thought, a totally fresh perspective, or a spark of inspiration that's being offered directly to you. It's a big opportunity that's just entering your awareness. And then there's the sword itself. Notice how it's double-edged? That is so crucial. It represents the dual nature of our intellect and our words. This power can be used for amazing things, to build, to find justice, to communicate with absolute clarity. Or it can be used to cause destruction through hostility and aggression. The choice, as always, is up to the person holding the sword. And right at the tip of the sword, you see that crown and wreath. These are just unmistakable symbols of triumph, right? They mean that the clarity and truth this card brings is going to lead to success, to victory, and to achieving your goals. This isn't just some random idea, it's a winning one. But the card also has a little reminder for us. The path to truth can be challenging. So yes, a breakthrough is here, but the journey ahead might still be a little tough. This card is asking for some serious mental resilience to handle whatever challenges your newfound clarity uncovers. Okay, so let's look at how all this symbolism comes together when the card appears upright in a reading. This is when the sword's energy is at its most powerful and positive. When it's upright, the Ace of Swords is a huge green light. It's all about major breakthroughs, the birth of these brilliant new ideas, and seeing the world with crystal clear vision. It signals a time to focus, to speak your truth, and to go after justice. An incredible opportunity is just waiting for you. Yeah, plain and simple. This card is a powerful sign of success. If you're starting a new project or a new business, this is the sign you've been waiting for. Your vision is clear, your mind is sharp, and victory is totally within reach. If you channel this energy, you will succeed. And at its very core, this card is pushing you to operate from a place of truth. It's time to communicate with total honesty and conviction. Whether you're standing up for a cause or just having a really difficult conversation, your conscience is clear and your thoughts are swift. You need to speak up. But what happens when that sword is turned upside down? Well, when the Ace of Swords is reversed, its brilliant energy gets all blocked up or misdirected, and that leads to a much more challenging experience. When it's reversed, this card points to a state of, mental chaos. Your thoughts might feel all jumbled and confused, your judgment totally clouded. This can lead to miscommunication, arguments, hostility, even creative blocks. It's like you're trying to think your way through a super thick fog. So the most important advice for the reversed position is this. Because your judgment is so clouded, this is a signal to just slow down. Acting impulsively right now could lead to some real problems. It's time to pause, to reflect, and maybe even get some outside advice before you make any major moves. This comparison really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On the left, the upright card's power is crystal clear: breakthrough, truth, success. But when that energy gets flipped, like you see on the right, it becomes this challenge of confusion, miscommunication, and potential failure. It's just a really stark contrast between a sharp, decisive mind and one that's totally lost in the fog. So how do we actually apply this in our daily lives? Let's break down the card's practical advice when it comes to love, career, and money. In love, an upright Ace of Swords is encouraging you to tackle issues with honesty.
It's about that amazing intellectual chemistry and clear communication that leads to a much deeper understanding. But reversed? Oh, it's a warning. Misunderstandings can blow up into arguments and really painful words. You'll have to work extra hard to avoid conflict and find that common ground again.
When it comes to your career, the upright card is super exciting. It could signal a new, mentally stimulating job or a brilliant project idea. And financially, it's a call for rational thinking, not emotional decisions. But when it's reversed, you gotta be cautious. At work, you might face frustrating miscommunication or creative blocks. And with money, the advice is clear: be extra careful. Double-check every single contract and statement for any errors or misunderstandings. Ultimately, it all comes back to this one central metaphor. The power of clarity, of your intellect, and of truth is a double-edged sword. It can be a tool for incredible progress, or a weapon of destruction. The outcome is entirely dependent on how you choose to use it. So remember, the Ace of Swords is signaling that this power, this breakthrough, this clarity is now yours to claim. The sword is in your hand. And the responsibility that comes with it is also yours, so wield it with integrity and with purpose. And that brings us to our final question for you to think about. In what area of your life is this breakthrough needed the most? Where do you need to cut through all the confusion and speak your truth with clarity and conviction? Think about it, because the answer could literally change everything.
We've created a beautiful Tarot Infographic Handbook and a Learn Tarot coloring book too. Check them out using the link in the description. See you next time.